Let's see. Get everything set up. I will let you all know when we get timed out here. And let's begin. It is the 200 level. Mike Carpenter in the basement studio for the second half of Illinois versus Florida Atlantic in what was a very entertaining first half. And I think overall, what I'm excited about, and one sec, going to start again here, everybody. All right, now we got it. Check. All right, take two. It is the 200 level. Mike Carpenter in the basement studio for Illinois versus Florida Atlantic second half, and we are about to get underway. If you were trying to time out your streams, for those joining us on YouTube, the second half. We are underway, I believe. There it goes. Always missing that camera shot as Golden gets it down low with Coleman on him, up and in, and an easy two-pointer to start for Florida Atlantic and a 5-point lead early in this second half. 19:42 to go. So, thoughts on the first half. Overall, one, Florida Atlantic's very good. Two, I think this Illinois team is maybe figuring out a little bit about what it is. Now, certainly it is an imperfect product and one that's going to have to be worked on, and one that I still think has limitations because of the lack of a playmaking point guard. I think that's all true, but despite being down 3 at half, I'm actually more encouraged than anything going in the second half as Marcus Domask hits a 3 and makes it a 2-point game. You're starting to see guys fill roles and do so with consistency already in Game 8. So between this and the Rutgers game, overall, a lot of positives to take away from it, and a team that will certainly have to win differently than others with that absence of a traditional playmaking point guard, but have enough other pieces, I think, to still be very good in their own right. And I'll say this right off the bat. It is an infinitely more likable team. It just is. That's not to say they're going to win this game against Florida Atlantic, as Golden gets another bucket here. He's really tough. Back to a 4-point lead for Florida Atlantic. But I think we can look forward to a season without the angst of last year. Frustrating losses, I'm sure, will happen. It's basketball. But I also think that this team will gut out some wins that make you feel overall pretty good about things. Coleman Hawkins up and no good. 4-point lead here for Florida Atlantic. They have the ball with 18-12 to go. Isaac Ambrose sounds like he just got here, so he should be down in the basement studio. Here he is. We're live on the air, Isaac, as Florida Atlantic takes a 7-point lead, and they do have playmakers. Now, Isaac, when you take a seat here, I need to ask you about the end of the first half because I was finishing up dinner, and there was one guy in Florida Atlantic that just went on this kind of heat. Well, two guys that went on mini heaters, each of them. But a nice take by Domask, who was
he's been great.
Settling in. Let me get you all queued up here, Isaac.
Mic check 1 2. Mic check
Mic
1
check
2.
1 2. Oh, one sec here.
You would like to be up at the half when Golden barely even played.
Oh boy, I wonder what I did here with this mixing console.
Holy smoke! Okay, good.
Okay, let me get you hooked up here and talk again there, Isaac.
Mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2.
Okay.
There we go.
And why is this not working here?
As Florida Atlantic travels, finally does something wrong for the first time in a while. John L. Davis is very good, though. I will give him that.
All right, I'm going to bump your audio there. Okay, we're back. That's just
hello.
Now, for those listening on the podcast, you missed about 30 seconds of air, so we're at 17-12, and Domask, yet again, with another bucket. It's 49-46. So now we're underway here.
He's been great in all the big games.
Well, that's what's amazing to me is that early on it felt like, okay, is this guy going to find his role in the first 3 or 4 games of the year? But actually, I say that. The Marquette game, he was great. In these games against Rutgers and Florida Atlantic, he's been great. But now a third chance for Florida Atlantic after a second offensive rebound on this possession, but they missed that, and Ty Rodgers with the rebound. 16:40 to go. This is Quincy Guerrier taking it in, and he gets fouled. And wish he would have been able to finish that. I'm not sure how good of a free throw shooter he is. He's solid, right? I guess.
I know apparently his wrist has been hurt like the last few weeks, and that's why he's like 3 for 20 or something from the line.
So 49-46, a reset here after my own technical issues. So that's my apologies for that. But Quincy Guerrier going to the line to shoot 2. This is the third foul on Golden, which I think is pretty massive.
Yeah, if he comes out, that'll be big. But then again, Carroll had like 10 first half points. I know we were texting with Trevor, who's been sort of Trevor Valise has been keeping up with Florida Atlantic with his job at the Field of 68, and he said that would be like if Amani would have came in and scored 10 points like right away off the bench.
Hey, and kudos to Amani. He did have a few good minutes
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
He looks the part. I will say there's an intangible quality to him that I'm really looking forward to seeing him develop.
You just got to keep him around. Wow, yeah, he made both of them.
Quincy makes both, yeah. 48-49. Well, I just did the reverse score that Lante really hates. So it's 49-48. Florida Atlantic with 16:35 to go. And I just got to say, Isaac, I've been having a lot of fun watching this game. Even the moments where Florida Atlantic takes a 5-6 point lead on a bit of a heater, I'm still overall encouraged by what I'm seeing from Illinois.
It's really high level basketball. I mean, there's not a whole lot. I was thinking that on the way over, like as much as I want to complain about the little things, like you're playing a really competitive game. Florida Atlantic, number 11. I know they had the mess up against Bryant, but they've been averaging 89 points the last handful of games. I think it was Texas A&M they beat up on. So it feels like Marquette, like after the Marquette game, there's only so many like little things you can really complain about, where Marquette was just a really good team, and I think Florida Atlantic's a really good team too.
They are. And I know Trevor made this point in the text thread today. Oh. Wow, Domask with a turnaround,
man,
Jay.
He's doing
really good.
He's doing what Matthew Meyer should have done way more last year.
Right.
Because Meyer, it was like he was 100% when he would get down low, but he would never do it. He was falling in love with the 3-point.
That's an 8-0 run for Illinois, 15:50 to go. And this is within the last 2 minutes of game action that Illinois has won on this run. But in fairness, the defense has also led to this run by just being fantastic overall. Starting to clean up the boards after one possession where they allowed a few second-half chance opportunities. Now, a foul here on Guerrier. That'll be the first of the half for Illinois. I actually like the way this game is being officiated, too. Moving pretty breezy pace. And that is lending itself to a game that early on we thought 5-2 at the first time out. First one to 60 wins. First one to 85 wins.
I mean, this back down, that I forget his name, but that's FAU's backup center. Did not have the size advantage on him by any means, and he just backed him down. But I will say officiating, I'm sure Florida Atlantic fans, the few thousand that there are, would probably do the reverse and think that they're getting screwed. But, yeah, it's been pretty good, except I hate when they call carries. DGL got called for a carry in the first half, but
I've seen worse.
Petty. Yeah, 100%.
What we'll do is we'll hit the sponsors in detail with each break, but I will let you know real quick off the bat that we're brought to you by DP Dough, online at dpdough.com. Custom zones. Favorites like the Maui Wowie or the Buffer Zone. I'm sorry, DP Dough. Usually I'm so smooth with your read here. Online at DP Dough. They deliver anywhere in Champaign-Urbana. That's dpdough.com. Also, Dogtown Heating, Air, and Plumbing. Give them a call at 217-841-4728. Dogtown Heating, Air, and Plumbing. State Farm agent Brian Hansen, who will be here on Saturday for the early game against Tennessee. That second half will be about noon for anyone that wants to tune in, and it's another big one. But Brian is my guy, and he can be your guy as well at brianismyguy.com. And Owen Builders, LLC, online at owenbuildersllc.com. Luke Owen and his staff, great craftsmen, but it's really the customer service that sets them apart from other contractors. Check out a gallery of their work online at owenbuildersllc.com. Let's see here. Champagne Showers Podcast Network, and you can, of course, rate us and review us on Apple Podcasts. That helps us move up the charts. All right. We are looking at a game here, Isaac, that I think is going to be competitive throughout. I don't see any team running away with it. Where are you at emotionally? Because I got to say, this early in the season, I'm really at ease. It's early enough. I mentioned before you got here, I like this team, the personalities on it.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I like the collection of guys. I feel much different than I did, let's say, last February when things were just really tenuous and there was a lot of angst. So I think, in a way, I'm trying to turn over a new leaf and just enjoy this team for what it is. And I recognize that there are flaws, but at the moment, I'm just enjoying the product in front of me.
It really does seem like the camaraderie is there, too. I know that's like kind of a buzzword or things that people like to say about guys when there's nothing else good to say, but I like the extra pieces you're getting. Yeah, like guys like Justin Harmon are having defensive lapses, and I know Domask hasn't been perfect defensively this year, but you have a lot of bits and pieces and that's why you brought the veterans in, right? To make plays in big moments. Yeah, Shannon's been awesome. I mean, he took a step up, which we really didn't even know if he could take a step up. It feels like he is really embracing that alpha dog role, and again, just guys that I like the guys that step up on certain nights, but then they're okay when they don't have to step up on certain nights. Like, I don't think Quincy is gonna sit and complain, right? If he's not playing the whole game, but then he'll
Probably
have
not.
a game like this, or like he did against Rutgers, where he'll step up when his name is called, and that goes a long way when there's a long season ahead of us, but can't be getting drama inside their heads.
Doesn't seem like it. 15:35 to go. A long three for Florida Atlantic is no good, and a great rebound from Ty, who
I guess we didn't mention the point guard situation though.
that I was going to get into that, and I mentioned it before you got here as well. Up and in, and one opportunity for Terrance Shannon. So yeah, I mentioned that, and I think when we were texting with Trevor on Saturday, and I know this, when Rutgers makes their run in that first half, and you're only at 5, I was worried, but. And all I said on Twitter, and this pissed off a few people, was like, I'm worried that many times this year we'll be thinking to ourselves, well, what if?
Mm-hmm.
And that might be the case. Now, I am encouraged by the fact that this team, Florida Atlantic, if you check out the metrics, their defense isn't bad.
Yeah, no.
Okay, it's really not. And it wasn't bad last year in their run in the Final Four either. They're known for being a tough, gritty team, and here we are with 15 minutes to go, already with 53 points. What I mean by that is, point guard or not, you have weapons, and they're finding ways to score the basketball, as the term goes. So, overall, yes, there are limits. Illinois ball, another good defensive possession. But at least I can watch this year, Isaac, if I called you Trevor for some reason, at least I can watch this year and say, what the heck, maybe this team actually has the collection of guys to overcome this otherwise very big flaw that we all were justifiably worried about going into this season.
I mean, if you can get the game moving and playing fast, oh, come on, baby.
Be there, Terrance.
Let's go!
Terrance 3, 56-49. He likes these non-conference tournaments early in the year.
When Terrance and Luke are shooting like they are, I think it really covers a lot of problems you might have offensively. But if you can get the game moving, get it in transition, and Terrance can just move the ball up the court in 2 seconds, it really gets rid of some of your point guard problems. Now, if a team's going to press you, like we were talking about against Rutgers, they just stopped pressing, it seemed like at times, and it really gave you problems. I'm surprised that teams aren't doing that a little bit more to us, but maybe Ty can get better with the ball as the year goes on.
Not a good job by Quincy there.
No.
The guy, he gave up a layup, and then it was a foul when the guy took it up. So it's going to be an and one opportunity here. That's the third on Quincy.
Man.
So who do you bring in for him then?
They're
they're leaving him in for a second. Lazy pass there in the inbounds that almost.
I would say that's another concern that if we're being picky, we've been in foul trouble a lot this year. I mean, at Rutgers, Coleman comes out, and that's when they make their comeback.
Yeah. And I'll be honest, as long as no foul on Domask. They call the charge.
Oh man,
on Domask. This kid is gritty, man.
Yeah,
I mean, what can I say about Domask that hasn't been said in the last couple of weeks? He is a cagey fella. Now I want to watch this replay and see how much of a shiver he gave in there. Yeah, well, I mean, even if that was a bit of an acting job on Florida Atlantic, it was kind of a hook.
I've seen worse called.
Or
I've seen
lesser called.
Whatever.
Yeah, so I don't really mind that so much. But a missed dunk, but they're going to call a foul on Domask.
That's 2 on him instantly.
Hopefully he had none before that, but now, just like that, Illinois had 1 foul 3 minutes ago, and they have 4. And I want to see this replay.
What?
I didn't see him even touch the guy. I really, I think I might have jinxed it, Isaac, by saying the refs have been fine today. That was a rough call.
He just missed the dunk.
All right, so Elijah Martin going to the line here to shoot 2. So your 14-0 run, Florida Atlantic eating into it now. It's a 3-point Illinois lead. Hey, this is just going to be this is going to go right down the last 4 minutes.
It feels like
I'm going to ride that wave and understand there will be ebbs and flows.
Right. I was going to say Texas last year, but then again, you went down big at Texas and came back.
All right, second free throw's up and good. Have they missed a free throw? They missed their first one.
Did, yeah.
Their very
Golden
first one.
missed one.
There's an old retired fella who's a Florida Atlantic fan. What city is it in, Florida Atlantic?
Copa Gables or something like that.
Okay. Sounds right. Sounds like a Florida.
There's 6. You could make up a bunch of names in Florida, and I wouldn't be able to tell you if they're real or not.
Be there, Coleman. Open 3 is up. No good. He still doesn't have a stroke yet. He's trying to get the loose ball. I mean, credit to him. He's playing his butt off defensively, and you want him on the court because he is making a huge difference there.
No.
And a 3 for Florida Atlantic is up, and it goes in.
Gosh.
All right, just like that. So that's a 7-0 run for Florida Atlantic. And Illinois has to respond here. So Coleman over to Luke Goody.
How about
over
Terrance
to Terrance.
Shannon takes the ball?
Yeah, I like that plan. He's got space here. They're really spacing out the floor. 3 from Terrance is short. And wow, tie to Domask. And one.
Let's go.
Man, dude.
He's in a great spot.
He has been, but Ty Rodgers, Johnny on the spot with the rebound. A little tap over to Domask, who waits, lets the guy get up, and he invites that foul. That's just really smart basketball. I really enjoy that kind of play right there. Look at that. Pump fake, draws the foul, easy in. This kid, man.
Yeah.
Well, kid, he's 23,
he's
I
like
think.
my age.
Man, those jerseys might be the next step of game day spirit, man. I mean, that's because that is the kind of play that I don't care what fan base you are. That's endearing kind of basketball.
100%.
Right, so Domask, the free throw is up, and it is good, and it's back to a 2-point Illinois lead. And what a way to end that run, because Florida Atlantic was feeling themselves a little bit.
9 of 12.
20 points. What the heck?
He hit a 3, I think, right before I got here, too, right?
He did.
Yeah.
Yeah. So 13:28 to go. It is a 59-57 Illinois lead, and this will just be one of those that you go maybe back and forth. Or I would like to see this Illinois team get up another 2-3 possessions and see if they can't maintain by getting enough stops to just hold for Atlantic at bay. Because Illinois is going to keep scoring, I think. The question is, can you get string enough stops together like you did at the start of the
I think it's going to be
out of bounds. Illinois ball.
Playing defense without Coleman Coleman and Quincy have been like your bugaboo this year. So I think if you can survive this little stretch
you're trying to steal a minute. You're trying to steal a minute right now before the media timeout.
Because Harmon and Danger have been a big problem on defense this game and most of the season.
Danger has a few buckets, right?
Yeah,
4 or 6 points.
He's
nice moves down low.
Forced a couple, has a couple turnovers, but he had a couple of big buckets.
So LaFonso Ellis no longer on the ESPN call, but I saw a tweet that during the Indiana game, Indiana-Maryland, he said something to the effect of, you aren't going to beat Indiana at Indiana if you don't score a lot of points.
Come on, Harmon. Let's go.
He's been three-pointer, Justin Harmon.
I've been dogging on him, but he has been good from 3.
He and the take he had in the first half, the little floater.
Oh, yeah.
From like the inner circle right there. So Florida Atlantic down 5 again. This is going to be number 4. Harmon lost him for a second, but looks like a board for Dane. Yeah.
That a baby.
12:35 to go. So here's Ty. Over to Terrance.
Get it
He's
to
gonna
Terrance.
take it.
Yes. In one. Let's go.
Distortion. You see the levels on Remember that. That's at the 17-minute mark there. Oh, man, dude. This team is...
That's going to be a great photo. He just got in the face of the camera woman.
What a take. He is, to his credit, he has raised his game.
Yeah.
Not just like a notch or two, but he is playing all-American level right now.
I think I've said, obviously I'm younger, so Io is like my all-time favorite Illini at the moment. And I'm not saying Terrance is there because he's obviously not. But, like, I didn't think I would see a guy get to the rack, and especially in transition like Io did. But Terrance might be better. He's just so fat as he missed the daggum free throw. But
hey, we've actually been shooting them okay.
Yeah. We haven't been talking about it as much, so that's probably
That's
good.
right, yeah. And I think that as long as you can kind of equalize around 70% night's a good night. That's a alley-oop, so it's back to a 5-point Illinois lead. Nice little action there from Florida Atlantic. I mean, they're good. I mean, I will say, as I'm watching this game, it's not a matter. I'm more impressed with the fact that Illinois has been the aggressor for much of this game than anything to do with Florida Atlantic, who we already knew about. And, oh, boy, Terrance Shannon with 11:58 to go. He's going to try to take a baseline up, and he gets fouled.
Good.
Nice, drawing the foul. So we're going to go to a TV timeout with a 5-point Illinois lead. A very good start to the second half. They've outscored. They were down 3 at half, right?
Yeah.
So they've outscored Florida Atlantic by 8, and that included a 14-0 run by Illinois to really give themselves the lead. And, real quick, I'll hit up one sponsor per thing. DP Dough online at dpdough.com. They deliver anywhere in Champaign-Urbana. That's dpdough.com. So I mentioned, Isaac, that to me, now I say this, we could lose this game. I'd be disappointed.
Yeah.
But barring a complete meltdown, it'd be difficult for me to sit here and say that I would walk away from this game feeling worse about this team.
I was actually talking, Luke Owen Builders was actually at my house earlier, and I was talking to him. He was helping me out with a project. Give him a call. And we were kind of agreeing, and something I haven't really thought about so far this year. Now it is December 5th. One thing this year we've had some slow starts, but you haven't had the go down 20 or go down 15, and you got to just completely fight your way back. And knock on wood, that's how this game has gone too. You've stayed pretty steady. And yes, early in the season you had some really slow starts, but it wasn't into the situation like against Rutgers where you ever went down 12 or 15. You had to fight your way back. It's much more enjoyable to have a team that you think you consistently know you're going to get Shannon, 18 to 20 points, and you're going to get guys like Domask 12 to 14 points. That's going to be huge.
All right, I'm trying to get to our YouTube chat feed here, Isaac, and I think overall this week, starting with the Rutgers game, this 3-game stretch was huge. And if you were to tell me somehow you can go 2-1, I would have said that is a tremendous win.
Oh yeah.
Now you got the Big Ten win, which, not to be a simpleton about it, but I think that is still the biggest one that you can get. And I do think that you are right there for second in the Big Ten as we sit here today.
Yeah.
With all my issues that I might have with the point guard thing, and maybe I think with each game that they continue to play like this, I'm going to shut up about it because, eventually they will find they're already finding an identity of some sort. But now these 2 games here with Florida Atlantic and Tennessee, we would agree the Tennessee is going to be the tougher one on the road.
Yeah.
I think that is going to be an absolute slugfest.
Tennessee is going to be hungry, very hungry.
Sure.
They've lost 3 in a row. Connect is considered day-to-day. I don't know if he ended up playing tonight. That would probably be big. They were playing somebody at home, but at Tennessee, that place always seems to be rocking. So if you can get that. And I think objectively speaking, Illinois has probably looked like the second or third best team in the Big Ten. I know Wisconsin's looked pretty good. They just beat Marquette, who we lost to. But Michigan State hasn't started off the year so well. Maryland obviously hasn't. I know Ohio State's been playing well. But really, we have looked like the second or third best team in the Big Ten so far, no doubt.
I mean, Ohio State, I think, has potential.
Yeah, they whooped Alabama a couple weeks ago, but I don't know how great Alabama is.
Michigan State is what they are.
They're playing Wisconsin right now. Wisconsin was up like 5 when I got here.
Where's the game at?
It's at the Breslin.
Oh my God! If I can't do I cannot do it.
Just it's going to happen again this year.
It can't. It just can't. It can't. Between that and Jordan Love actually looking like a good quarterback, I can't do this anymore. Like, I'm watching the game Saturday between Marquette and Wisconsin, and getting angry. And it's like, why?
It just makes the loss to Marquette obviously more frustrating. By the way, didn't realize there's that many coaches and trainers. It maybe stands out because there's nobody sitting behind them, but there's literally like 25 guys in orange shirts.
There's Fletch in the middle.
Yeah,
and then a bunch of guys. You're right. There's a ton of people.
And nobody behind them.
What an entourage. So Illinois is back up to a 7-point lead. Terrance drew the foul, went to the media timeout. We're back with a 7-point lead. Harmon out there along with Domask, Danger, Shannon. A little bit of a mismatch here. Harmon on this scrub off the bench.
12 points.
Looks like a poor man's Jason Momoa is roasting us.
Aquaman tearing us up.
God. Right, what's his name? Do we even know his name?
His last name's
Collard Greens? What's his?
Carroll's his last name.
Carroll. Okay. So here's Terrance trying to take it himself. Draws a little contact. He is on one right now. And when you got him and Domask playing like this, Isaac, I think you got to feel pretty good about your chances with 11-14 to go.
I think just keep feeding Terrance and try to survive on defense until Coleman and Guerrier get back in. Man.
Oh. Thank you. He missed one. Get it. Dane. Dane. Oh, that's frustrating. Get him out. Get him out. Get him out.
How do you not grab that? Golden has barely played.
I know. You got to get him out. It's got to be Coleman. Dane is too much of a liability. All right, so it's still a 5-point Illinois lead, but I was joking with you guys that if we lose by 2, I'm going to look back to that opening tip where Quincy won. Yeah. Oh, take it, Terrance. Oh, my God, man. You can't stop him. I think they're just trying to save Coleman until Golden comes back in, but now Golden is coming back in. So Coleman, I would imagine, is going to go to the score table as well with 10:30 to go. And you're in a good spot. 7-point lead, 10:25 to go. Every stop.
No way.
Oh, my God. I thought I was going to bounce in, and they call a foul on Domask. Now, that's only the 5th on Illinois, and it's not a shooting foul, but Florida Atlantic will keep the ball.
Man, Terrance has gotten so good at like evading the guy coming over to get in his way, and then he doesn't draw a charge. He's just able to get clean.
They're going to give him this 2 minutes before the media timeout. They're going to try to.
Yeah.
Now, I think that you get Coleman back in there, so defensively you feel better about that. And where's Quincy? I know he's got 3, but
yeah, you got to get him back in soon too.
it's Domask time.
Oh,
Okay, so
Golden's
Coleman on
in.
Golden, 10:15 to go. Golden is going to take it himself here, trying to. Oh,
Good
Coleman, yeah,
Let's go.
well done. Just knocks it right out of his hands. Okay, so 10:05 to go. 7-point Illinois leaders tie over to Domask. Domask trying to take it himself. He gets Golden in the air.
Nice.
Man, what is going on with this? Domask with 22 points. 14 in the
Wow.
second half. He gets Golden on his feet and gets it right over him.
Man, if he's doing this now, I wish I would have watched him more at SIU.
No kidding. I mean, I know Lon said that he was a good pickup, but
missed it.
3 is no good. Illinois.
Oh.
Oh, this Carrollton guy does not make it.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
Coleman gets it and gets fouled. 9:35 to go. And that
What?
is,
Is this guy like Dennis Rodman? Like, why is he grabbing everything?
I don't know, man.
Man, they got Golden and him in now.
Coleman's offense is what it is.
Yeah.
The defense and the rebounding is undeniably great this year. And the fact that as good as he was against Rutgers defensively, shutting down their best player.
Yeah.
When he's out on the court, I will admit, like, usually I get a little bit weird, like, oh, it's the things you don't see. And I can get frustrated with that sometimes. They're looking at something here, and if someone in the YouTube stream
I have
could
no idea.
let me know what they're looking at. Let's see here. Official review. I don't know if Coleman swung an elbow or something trying to get that. That's what I'm worried about. Let's see here. So the ball is up. Coleman gets it. He didn't.
He just flopped.
That's a flop, yeah.
Why do they even got to look at that? Come on.
Yeah, well.
Oh, I think they were looking to see if Goody. Oh. Yeah.
Could they do a flop warning?
Look. That was his own guy.
That's a flop warning.
That
Well,
was
okay.
his own guy that hit him.
It will be Illinois ball, and there won't be any issue here. So let's see what happens here.
Yeah, there's no way that's anything.
Okay, so with 9:35 to go, sorry, I'm not doing the best job of facilitating here. 9:35 to go, 72 to 63. And it looks like there was nothing there. Dan Schulman and Jay Billis just got informed what the heck's going on. As long as we don't see Brad blow a gasket, I think we're okay. And he seems to be okay at the moment.
Yeah.
So you're trying to steal this minute and a half, Isaac, before Terrance gets back on the court for the closing 8. If you can somehow go into this under 8
Yeah.
with a double-digit lead, I mean,
You're in a great spot.
you're in a great spot. Oh, they're going to look at it again. Is this right? What are we looking at? So the shot goes up.
Are they looking to see if Goody gets him?
I suppose, but you can't. I mean, there's not anything there.
He just flops from his own guy.
I don't know. This is why I should never mention again good officiating, because this is just a 5-minute dirge of nothing. It looks like we're back on the court. Maybe. I don't know. So it's going to be Illinois ball. Okay, there we go. Terrance still on the bench, getting a couple extra minutes of breather.
That's
there.
great.
So that's good.
Great.
You know?
He's going to need it because we're going to need him to make – and he's one of our best free throw shooters too, so we're going to need him to be well rested.
Domask is going to bring it across the court here, and he does with 24 on the shot clock. He's trying to take it himself.
Oh, my goodness.
Are you serious? He just took it himself, Isaac. What is going on? The Domask game, 24 points?
Marcus of Madison Square.
What is going on? That could work.
Oh, all right.
Oh, get it, Justin. Get it.
Ooh.
Great defensive effort by Justin.
Heck,
He is starting to look more comfortable.
he can be a great role piece. I've been hard on him earlier this year, but I know Grandison also started off the year slow. He's been really solid offensively, giving you some random big buckets, and if he can just be scrappy defensively, man, that's so good.
Wow, man. Okay, so Illinois on defense still, 9:10 to go. Terrance still on the bench, unless they just subbed him in. We'll see here. But Domask, 7 of 8 shooting in this half for 16 points, being the aggressor. And Terrance is still getting some breathing. Why did I say breathing room? He's getting a breather, and now it's 9 minutes to go, 10 on the shot clock for Florida Atlantic. And this is Justin Harmon up top on their
I don't like
guard.
that.
This is number 12, looking for Golden.
You
Golden's
gotta
going to have to
shoot.
take it himself. It's
Oh
up and
my
good.
gosh.
That's just a good player making a
That
tough
was
shot.
that was an NBA shot right there.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Doesn't he look like a tall Derek Piper?
Yeah, he does.
All right, so this is Domask again bringing it across.
I just want to know how a guy like that, with that size, ends up at Florida Atlantic, but there's maybe a reason for it. No
Domask.
way. Oh my!
What is going on? 15-footer, maybe 18-footer. He's got 26. Quincy Guerrier and Dane are like, what is going on with this right now? Illinois back to an 11-point lead. They call a block.
No way! Coleman was there.
That's a terrible call. Coleman, to his credit, just laughing about it, but I want to see this replay, but it looked like he was outside of the circle, and he drew the foul, but they're going to call it a defensive foul, and that's Coleman's third with 8:23 to go. Now, let's take a look. Coleman.
What?
That's a charge.
That's such a charge.
That is a charge. I don't understand that.
Oh my
That's
goodness.
really bad luck right there and a terrible call. So it's a 3-point
my.
play for Florida Atlantic. I hope we don't need to remember that later. Vlad Golden with 16. He is good, but that was a questionable call. This is Domask up top with 8:12 to go. He wants it. He gets it out to Coleman.
Oh
Coleman
no.
3. No. But
Goody.
Luke Goody. Get it, Luke. Get it. Oh,
Dang
no,
it.
it's for Atlantic ball. Got to get a stop here. I got to get a stop before the media timeout. This is going to be Florida Atlantic up and no good. He missed it.
Yes,
he
let's
missed it.
go.
Okay, Domask gets the board with 7:50 to go. Golden misses a layup. Well, essentially a bunny. And this is going to be Domask for 3.
Wow.
No,
Oh.
not the, feeling
Didn't
himself a
need
bit
that.
too much. A
Didn't
heat
need
check.
that.
Let's get to the timeout, guys. Get to the timeout.
No
a long 3 for
way.
Florida Atlantic. It's good. 5-point lead. Okay, what do you do here if you're Brad Underwood? You got
Oh my.
3 timeouts to go. I kind of want to get to a break here. I kind of want to call a timeout.
That was big.
It was.
He
That
was
is a
so
6
deep.
6-0 run there. 3 points on a long 3 and 3 points on an and 1 that were questionable. Domask wants it again. The 3 is up. Oh, my God. He made it. What? 79-71.
I don't think I've seen him take a
What
step
is
back
going
3
on?
this year.
What is going on? 29 points for Marcus Domask. 7 minutes to go. We got a great game going on at Madison Square Garden right now. Crazy. Justin Harmon, that's it. Hey, well, that'll send the guy to the line.
right.
But you do get to a much-needed timeout. Get
Holy
Terrance out
smokes,
there.
He's feeling it.
Crazy. So it is an 8-point Illinois lead under 7. Marcus Domask on some kind of heater. I think every shot from now on has to be Marcus or Terrance. That's it.
Imagine playing at SIU. Oh my gosh, that was such a deep 3.
That 3 was about
Playing-
27 feet deep.
Playing in Carbondale, and now you're lighting up Madison Square Garden.
Ryan, can we use Domasketball if they win?
Oh,
Can we use that?
that's a good one.
Just let me know if you give us permission in case they win. All right, so one more sponsor. We're going to hit one each at the break. Got to thank Dogtown Heating, Air, and Plumbing. Give them a call at 217-841-4728. Dogtown Heating, Air, and Plumbing, your home's best friend, and they're our home's best friend because we've had a very toasty home since they did our furnace check about 3 weeks ago. And as we get into the colder temperatures, you don't want to risk having your furnace go out on you. So give them a call today at 217-841-4728. Also, got to remind you that Owen Builders LLC, online at owenbuildersllc.com. Home additions, kitchens, bathrooms, a lot of great stuff that they do. But the gallery of their work is online, and you can check it out and get a free quote by going to owenbuildersllc.com and State Farm agent Brian Hansen online at brianismyguy.com. Brian will be here Saturday for the second half of the Illinois-Tennessee game. A big week for Illinois basketball. And right now, Isaac, they have an opportunity.
Man, big opportunity. Got to capitalize these. This is the big stretch of the game. Hopefully Domask can keep it. I mean, the fact that he was able to do that with Terrance not even in the game is massive.
It is. You stole 3 minutes of game and an extended little break in there as well because they were reviewing something. So Terrance is going to play the rest of this game. I don't believe there's any foul concerns with him. I think every single possession, you got to keep it simple. It's either Domask or Terrance shooting the ball. And, have Ty and Coleman at the ready. And then would you have Goody out there as well?
Goody's been playing great, scrappy defense, getting some rebounds. Yeah, I think go with your starting lineup. So Domask, Shannon, Quincy, Coleman, and Ty for now. I mean, Harmon's been playing pretty well too.
But Quincy's not been out there this half.
I think he got
much at all.
He got his third.
He got his
foul.
third, but I mean, there's other guys playing with 3 fouls. So
Yeah,
that's interesting to me. So would you go with Quincy or Luke at this point?
I mean, if there's no reason to sit with 3 fouls at this point in the game. So Quincy, Coleman, and Domask each have 3.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe you just sit with this lineup and obviously put in Terrance.
Harmon.
Yeah.
All right. So we are about 7 minutes to go.
Harmon has 10 points actually.
Yeah. It's,
wow.
So Harmon and Domask and Shannon are your offensive output.
Domask 29, Shannon 23, Harmon 10.
Wow. I know it's not going to be that every night. There's nights where I think Luke will get you double digits.
Yeah.
And there's nights where I think eventually Coleman can do that. But the good news is that you're seeing with Domask's emergence as a playmaker that now you're asking less of Coleman offensively. And maybe that'll help Coleman kind of ease back into this, into his role on the team, because there's not going to be this impetus for him to say, I got to go get 15.
No, he doesn't have to do anything out of the ordinary.
Florida Atlantic makes their free throws. They certainly do. That's a 7-point lead and a chance to make it 6 with 6:54 to go. Terrance is back out there. We'll get you the rest of the lineup in a second here. This is Elijah Martin, who struggled from the field today, but the second free throw was up and no good. And a big miss.
Go. Domask.
Domask will be the one bringing it across.
Maybe he should just play point guard.
I don't know, man. I mean, right now, just he can play all 5 positions for all I care. Domask with the ball. He's looking for Coleman. Coleman comes up to the top of the key, and Shannon comes around, and he has it. About 25 feet from the basket. He's trying to go in. No, he picks up his dribble at a tough spot, but this is Coleman at the free throw line, trying to drive it on Golden. He tips it back out to Terrance. Terrance for 3, be there.
Let's go!
Oh, man.
That was deep. 2 for 5. All right.
82-72. Terrance makes a huge 3. Illinois back on defense. This is Florida Atlantic. They're going to have an open 3, though. The 3 is up. It is no good. It's short. And a board for Illinois. Quincy gets it over to Coleman. Coleman.
You don't need to do that.
Coleman, his first, I think, mistake tonight. This is going to be Coleman. Now, credit to him. He stopped the passing lane, but now you got a mismatch down low with Golden and a foul on the floor. Coleman.
That would have been huge, but yeah.
It would have been, but you didn't need it. You did not need it. According to Bobo, Illinois with 43 points already in this half.
Wow, yeah.
All right, so this is going to be a 1-1 for Florida Atlantic.
Have we shot like any free throws?
I think maybe 7 or 8.
Okay.
Florida Atlantic has 6 fouls called on them, so the next one we do go to the line, which is why I want Domask and Terrance to keep attacking.
Yeah.
All right, so this is Elijah Martin again. The first free throw is up, and it's good. Man, they don't miss much. I think they missed 2 all night.
Yeah.
So it's a 9-point Illinois lead with 5:54 to go.
I don't like this.
And according to Bobo, 9 for 10 from the line. Is that us, Bobo? We're 9 for 10? Terrance missed 1.
Yeah.
Okay, Elijah makes both. So it is an 8-point Illinois lead with 5:54 to go. And, hey, listen, high-level games like this, every possession matters.
Yeah.
And we'll see what Illinois does offensively here. They get a pick for Ty, who's looking for Domask. He does get the ball. He's at the free throw line. Over to Coleman. No, he's not going to shoot a 3. That's good. Quincy looking for Domask. Coleman back up top. Now it's Terrance. And this is what the rest of the possession will be. They're trying to clear out for him, and that's what they're going to do. Coleman gets the pick. Terrance takes it in. High pass to Domask, who has to shoot it. He's got to shoot it. Oh, man. He wanted a foul. He did not get it, and Underwood is pissed. Underwood's very pissed right there. So let's see if we can't get a makeup call. But unfortunately, an empty possession when you didn't want that.
I will say that's like the first one of the game, though.
It's been first in a long while. Whatever offense they worked on last week before Rutgers, credit to them. They've really seemed to find something. So this is Golden, and they're going to get a foul on Coleman.
They're
going to call a goaltend too.
What?
They're going to call a goaltend too. And Coleman, don't get a T. That's his 4th foul.
I don't know what Coleman did to these refs.
The charge was bad. I don't know if that ball hit the backboard first. But the thing is, I think they can review it at any time, right?
Yep. It was a goaltend.
So Coleman, unfortunately, and I don't want to pick, man. I don't want to pick, but unfortunately, the turnover and now this potential 3-point play, that hurts.
You were up 10.
Yeah, you cannot have. I don't understand that at this point in his career, we shouldn't have to be worrying about those kinds of plays
Just
happening.
don't touch that.
Just don't. Yeah, no. Make him earn it by either fouling harder or actually having to make that tough turnaround.
Man, and like it's easy to be frustrated with him now because he just had that foul and goaltend. Oh, but man,
They're going to keep him out there, or are they? I can't really tell. Well, regardless, 5:14 to go, and all of a sudden it's tightening up a little bit. Oh boy!
It felt like too we really didn't turn the ball over much this half, and that was helping us so much.
Darn it. Okay, so Golden's going to go to the line here and a chance to make it a 5-point game. When he's been on the floor, +8 for Florida Atlantic. When he's been off, -14. Now, it certainly felt that way because they're a different team when he's out there. And you got to somehow stave them off with 5 minutes to go and Golden playing the rest of the way.
Man, you can't.
Domask.
Holy
30 points. Sorry, I got silent there.
31, I think.
31, yeah. 84-77 with 5 minutes to go.
I mean, when's the, like...
It's a John Paddock sort of thing where we're looking at like, what? Wait, I know he's got potential, but Jesus.
Oh, my
and
gosh.
one. Guys, if you're going to foul.
Yeah.
And now it's going to be a 4-point game because they're going to make the free throw.
Holy smokes.
Man, it's tightening up a little too much, Isaac. For all the offensive firepower. Now, I don't know, man. I don't know what he's supposed to do. That's his third. Illinois is over 10 fouls, so every foul from now on will be 2 shots unless it's an and 1, which unfortunately this could be the... Let's see here. If you count the goaltend, if you count the 3-point play on the charge, and that would be 3 3-point plays, and it is.
Man.
And it is a 4-point game with 4:50 to go. Here's Domask.
You can't waste a huge performance from Domask.
No, or Terrance.
Like
yeah, so it's going to be either one of them shooting the ball, as it should be. Right? I mean, it can't be anyone else. No. Don't go through Dane.
Holy
what are you doing, Quincy?
Smokes.
Now we got old guys doing dumb crap.
No.
3-pointer for Florida Atlantic is up and no good. And Harmon gets the board and almost got fouled. They should call that on Golden.
Fouled, yeah.
Okay, so Terrance, is he going to take it? He does.
That's
and
not
they're
a
not
foul?
going to call a foul? After all of that, they call a travel on Florida Atlantic.
Okay, we just wasted a bunch of time. Come on.
Man, dude. They're going to call that foul on Justin Harmon on the other end.
I know.
And then Terrance Shannon gets all that contact drawn on him, and they don't. But, hey, whatever. Okay, so Terrance, I'm looking at this replay. I mean, Golden right there, I guess by the book, did what he was supposed to do. But, like...
I know.
But you know me, Isaac. I'm not one to hit on the refs a lot. It is what it is. They suck across the board. And I've seen worse officiating performances than tonight. Now, here's Domask. It's just going to be him. Oh, God. Oh, God.
He's going Jaden Pickett.
The shot is up and good. Dude. He's got 33 freaking points. 4 minutes to go.
I'm trying to think of an example.
I don't know, man. And Dane is going to try to get the block. It's going to be a high pass.
Call that a foul.
Wow. No kidding. Dane needs to get back down low. He does. Harmon up here on number 12. Illinois gets a foul called on.
Gosh.
They're going to call that on, I think, Harmon because of the push. And it was.
Yeah, it was.
That's what I hate. I mean, it was. I've seen worse fouls, but that's just not good defense.
It's been a minute since we've had 2 consecutive good plays.
But that also is good guards for Florida Atlantic making plays.
Oh, 100%.
They have very good guards, so it's not just, oh, Justin, you stink on defense tonight. I think he actually has shown the ability to be a pretty good defender. But
it's interesting, too. Gibbs Lawhorn came in for like 2 minutes in the first half. I don't totally know why. Maybe Harmon was gassed or something. But and now he hasn't played this half, which I'm totally fine with.
Well, I think you're seeing that Harmon can play.
Yeah.
If you needed him to go 20 minutes a game, you could, and you don't feel bad about it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, here we go, Isaac. I'm going to hit the sponsors right now. DP Doe, Dogtown Heating and Plumbing, Owen Builders LLC, State Farm Agent Brian Hansen, because this is it. This is it.
I know.
Now, what I do like, this is a breezy little game, man. It's only 7:23, and we are now entering our final 4-minute stretch.
I will say, with daylight savings, having the early game is
Oh,
clutch.
I love it. Isn't it nice?
It's clutch.
Yeah,
'Cause
5:30 is a great start.
It feels like 9:30, and it's only 7:24.
Man. All right. I'd ask I wouldn't even know what prediction to make here because it's, at this point, what is a 6-point Illinois lead?
Yeah, is
Fort
it?
Atlantic will make both free throws. Let's just call it what it is.
Yeah.
And then it's just a matter of every single possession
Are
counts.
we in the bonus?
Their next foul, we go to the line for 1-1.
Okay. It feels like we haven't shot any free throws.
Yeah. And if someone in the chat thread, can someone pull up how many free throws Fort Atlantic has shot? Again, I don't want to. It's not a thing about the refs because I don't think that's been the narrative today. But boy, I got to think they have at least twice as many free throws.
Oh yeah,
attempted.
especially this half.
And if we're 9 for 10, which is impressive,
Yeah,
then they have got to be like 18 for 20.
I would imagine. And yeah, knock on wood, the free throw thing slowly has just kind of faded away.
16 for 18 for Fort Atlantic. So
Oh,
they have
yeah.
scored 7 more points via free throw than you have.
Yeah.
And you got a 4-point game. So that, it's those things in the stat sheet that make you a little bit,
right.
You don't want to look back and say, well, of course they won because they,
It's not completely lopsided though. Well, we'll see how the rest of the game goes, but
Do you put Coleman back out there? I think defensively, you still want to take your chances. I mean, no matter who you put on, Golden's probably going to foul him.
I mean, you just can't risk Dane like trying to force something down low and getting
getting
the ball
fouled.
stolen from him.
And getting fouled. Or getting fouled.
Even
if
right,
he gets the
right.
ball down
oh my
low,
gosh, no.
Yeah, you can't have him
And
out there, I don't think.
And I don't think Ty's out there either. And that looks like that's what Brad's doing.
Coleman is out there.
Getting some of our best free throw shooters. Most in a classic game since 2001.
Jay Williams with 38 for Duke.
He's going for
pretty good company.
Going for the Jimmy V record.
Good God. Okay, so 25 rebounds for Fort Atlantic, 24 for Illinois.
Oh wow, because I think the first half that was a lot more lopsided.
In their favor?
Yeah.
So we have Domask, of course, Terrance Shannon.
Missed that.
Makes it. He ain't gonna miss it. No fast break points for Fort Atlantic. How about that? Illinois with 9. There's all these different stats. Like we have 9 fast break points. They have 9 more free throws than we do. It's like, for the most part, it's starting to equalize in the last 3 minutes, 45 seconds. The second free throw, of course, is up and good. They're 18 for 20. They won't miss. Hopefully, when it comes down to it, and there's a crucial one, they will. But right now, Illinois with a 4-point lead, 3:40 to go, 5 ties, 13 lead changes. The largest lead was an 11-point lead by Illinois. Here's Domask. Try and get a pick from Goody. Goody sinks. Okay, now Coleman comes up to help, thankfully. This is going to go back to...
Dude, what are we doing?
I don't know, but it's Harmon
Terrance,
up
go
there.
get the ball.
Yeah, Terrance. I don't know why.
No, what are we doing?
Harmon's taking it. That's just not the possession you want. Why is Terrance not demanding the ball? That's a wasted possession right there, and I don't like the feeling right now. This is number 1 for Fort Atlantic, trying to break down Goody, who does a good job stopping him. Golden up and in. It's a 2-point game with 3 to go. You need a bucket. And Terrance, demand the ball. That is not Harmon's to shoot with 3:30 to go.
I mean, it's been of course, Vlad Golden's got a career high. It's been your veterans making mistakes.
Yeah, I know. Coleman,
No, he thought about it.
He made the 3. Quick timeout for Illinois. Coleman Hawkins is back.
Oh, man.
Oh, my God. 2:44 to go.
Man.
Sometimes you're just too open and you got to shoot.
I know. With when Coleman shoots threes, it's kind of like when you are about to leave the casino and you got $50 and you just put
throw it.
Yeah, just
put on
whatever. Because when it goes in, it's amazing. Your offense is clicking, and when he misses, it's like, oh God.
Oh my God. 5-point Illinois lead and
that was so big.
a smart timeout there from Underwood too to just let's think this thing through here. Monster 3 for Coleman Hawkins. What do we got? 2:30 to go? 3?
Yeah, up 5.
All right. The double bonus, of course, sucks. Just don't foul. Like, I mean, here's the thing. I would rather them have to earn it from the field because they're going to make their free throws. So just keep things in front of you. And
this would have been a great game to go to.
No kidding. Well, you got plenty of seats you could have been at. Jesus. Like,
I don't know if that's like reserved for friends and family or what. Or maybe New York people were still like at work when this game started.
Well, the thing, it starts 6:30 their time.
That's true, yeah.
Well, this would be a massive win if you were able to come out with it. And again, I want to be clear that regardless of outcome, if they lose this game, there'd be disappointment and there'd be anger about a few plays, right?
Yeah.
Trevor made a good point in the thread. This is true. I mean, Fort Atlantic would finish in the top 3 worst 4 in the
I mean,
Big Ten.
this you don't want to settle, obviously, but like this would really help your resume. So then the rest of the season, even if we lost a bad game, you're like, well, at least we played well in December.
Because Florida Atlantic's not going to lose.
No, right.
I know they lost to Bryant, and that was a weird one because clearly this team looks like the one that went to the Final Four.
I think
last
somebody
year.
didn't play, but maybe it's the guy that's not playing. I don't know.
So if that is the case, and you are to get a win in the non-conference, Tennessee and Florida Atlantic, it doesn't matter which one you were to get, but that would be one in your back pocket that's going to probably move you up a seed line or maybe 2 when Selection Sunday hits. And if it's anything like the last few years, it's a weak bubble. There's a lot of weak resumes, and then that could be the difference.
And then Tennessee would just be like the cherry on top. So as long as you don't go to Knoxville and get smoked, then I would feel so good about this road trip.
There's also this sort of thing I've noticed too, and I can't quantify this, Isaac, but I feel like during seasons, teams that get off on the right foot, they seem to get a little more leeway from AP voters. They seem to get more leeway from Selection Sunday people. Last year's Illinois team had such a, I don't want to say quite collapse, but a really bad late January, February, where of course they fell that far. But had they not fallen that far, I mean, even after all that, when they didn't look good for a month and a half, they got an 8 seed. They were nowhere near the bubble.
No.
So all that is to say that if you get off to a good start, this team does strike me as one that will be more consistent throughout the year, and that you won't have that crazy dip that we've seen in years past. Even with the Big Ten title team, they had that dip in early December, late November, early December, where you're like, what is this?
You got to avoid that. We got to play strong the rest of the month, and I think if this team can get through the bragging rights game and beat Mizzou, that's going to tell a lot for the rest of the season.
Yeah, absolutely.
Missed it.
He makes it.
Oh, my gosh.
Hey, man, this is Florida Atlantic. They're going to make you earn it. 2:30 to go. Elijah Martin.
1 for 7. He hits it there.
Hey, but Coleman Hawkins went 1 for 5.
That's
so I guess
true.
we're just
That's
evening
true.
everything out here. And it's going to come down to the last possession, I feel like. This is going to be Coleman again. He does not shoot it. He's looking now for no one's there.
I don't understand.
There we go. Whew. Okay, Domask, 10 minutes to go. 10 seconds to go, sorry. It's just him on number 4. Oh, boy, he's got to shoot it. You got to shoot, Domask. The 3 is up. It's no good, but Coleman gets the ball, and there's going to be a foul on the floor, though. So
Coleman's shooting, though.
I think he heard the whistle, and he was going to try to do that. There's times where you can get a foul on the floor, but if you're in the shooting motion, they count it. But what's going to happen is Luke gets fouled, and will go to the line for...
Luke got fouled or Coleman?
No, Luke got fouled.
Oh,
if you watch this, Luke is going for the board. He gets pushed. So Goody should be going to the line here for a 1-and-1. Is that right? Let's see here. No, it's Coleman. He makes it. Way to go, Coleman. 2 minutes to go. So he has 8 points, kind of quietly.
I was texting my buddy like, hey, if I'm in Indiana right now, I'm betting the under, and I'm glad I did not.
Oh my God!
Because it started out like 5-2.
Coleman makes both. It's back to a 2-possession game. 2 minutes to go. If you can just string together 2 stops here, Isaac. 2 stops, and then you force them to maybe start fouling you soon. You got to get a stop though. And Florida Atlantic has been unstoppable for the last 5 or 6 minutes.
Oh no, I don't.
Here's Golden.
Like
Coleman on
Coleman's
him.
Got 4.
The shot's up. It's no good. Oh, no. Golden gets the board. But he does not make the shot, and you're going to make him earn it at least, and it won't be on Coleman.
What is he, 7 foot tall?
I know.
Getting all these rebounds? That is frustrating. You had like 3 guys right there.
I need to see how he got that. Is bad bounce or what? So Coleman with good defense initially, no foul call. And I think it's because he was going off to his side defending him and couldn't block him out. All right, so just could he miss 1?
This guy shouldn't be good at free throws.
Can't be great at free throws, right?
No.
Come on. 1 for 2.
He's
Come
already
on,
got a
1 for
career
2.
high. He doesn't need any more.
No, he's fine. He's got his record. Free throw is up.
Yes!
That's right. He missed
Nuggets.
it.
We got to get Nuggets.
That looked off.
Yeah.
That did look off to the side from the start. All right, let's see here.
Okay, 72%.
All right, a bit of good luck for Illinois. He misses that first
3
one.
for 5.
4-point lead for Illinois with 1:47 to go. Tall Derek Piper at the line.
Derek's
It's really uncanny.
huge
I hope they
cousin.
meet each other tonight. The shot is up. It is no good. And a board for Luke Goody. An empty possession.
What are we doing?
Call a timeout if you need to. Jesus. Terrance will try to get it across the timeline, and he does, and he gets fouled.
Yes.
So he will go to the line. Now, that is the 8th foul on Florida Atlantic. 1-and-1 coming up for Terrance. So you got the empty possession there, Isaac. Now you need to capitalize on your own end at the line. Coleman made his Last 2 free throws to go up 4.
I wish it was a double bonus.
You know it's a big game when Isaac's standing up. All right. And this time, I really wish we had the YouTube stream back when the IO dagger at Michigan.
Oh, yeah.
Back in the day.
Audio was good, though.
Oh, the audio was great. Okay, so Terrance at the line here. 1:38 to go. The first free throw is up and good. 5-point Illinois lead.
Man, Golden and Terrance have the same free throw percentage. Would not
Yeah.
have thought that.
Yeah. Terrance 5 for 6 tonight. That's 27 points on the night for Terrance. The second free throw could make it a 6-point lead for Illinois. 1:38 to go. The shot is up. It's good. 93 to 87. One more stop, and you are going to just turn this into a free throw shooting
21.
competition.
I'm not complaining about that.
No,
Oh, sorry.
13 for 14.
14.
Illinois, 13 for 14 from the line. Now, do you see Florida Atlantic start to try to force a 3? Because Golden's looking for a guard. Domask gets a hand on it, but Florida Atlantic still with the ball. They got 15 on the shot clock, 120 on the game. They're looking for Golden. It's going to be Golden. Hey, I'll give it to him if he wants it. That's a 2-pointer. Quick timeout for Florida Atlantic. He's good.
I guess he
He's
was
good.
bound. He was due.
I'll take the 2 over the 3. I know, listen, there's still a lot of time left, but it took them 20, 25 seconds to get that 2. So that was a good defensive possession, a better finish by Golden.
Man, this has to be Terrance or Domask.
Yeah. Keep it simple. And I actually know that it's for Atlantic's timeout. They're setting up their defense, but I actually like in this late game situation, you bought yourself an opportunity to just remind you guys, here's what we're doing. Here's who's going to take the shot.
Yeah.
Now, something that I think would be interesting too, and it's a bit of a bold maneuver, but I think Underwood can count on Florida Atlantic crashing down the second that Domask or Terrance tries to take it, right?
Oh, yeah.
And then the question is, do you have Luke planted in his spot?
Yeah.
Do you have him ready to go for a quick kick out and a 3 when you got, let's say there's 10 seconds on the shot clock, you're going to wait. Then you tell Domask or Terrance, go.
Yeah.
And when they do, if it's like a 2-3-man crash, then you are ready to kick it out, and then Luke's going to shoot it with 5 to go.
I love it.
So that's my armchair coaching.
So who we got? Is Harmon in? Looks like it.
For shooting.
Yeah, I mean, I guess he's been pretty good from 3.
You have him planted one place, you have Goody planted another.
Yeah.
You're going to spread the floor.
Yeah.
That's exactly it. Now, we will see Florida Atlantic probably try to put some press on.
Let's not talk about the point guard situation. Please.
Well, and I don't think Ty's out there right now either
No,
because
no,
he
yeah,
can't
he's
shoot
not.
free throws. So
And
Golden takes a seat.
off.
Now, can you somehow, because this tells you, I think, that Florida Atlantic wants to extend this game.
Yeah.
They want to foul, I think.
Oh.
They want to foul so they can get a dead ball and get Golden back in there. Yeah, they got 2 timeouts, though, so I think they want to stop first.
I feel like we don't run plays on inbounds. We just hope for somebody to, press their body and get open.
Okay, you got Coleman there.
Okay.
Wow, and a foul just like that for Florida Atlantic. That's their 9th. Or is that going to be their 10th? I can't tell because it already said 9 there on that screen. I don't think they're in. I don't think we're in double bonus
yet.
And just like that, Golden's back in. So no time elapses, hardly. And 1:15 to go, and Terrance will go back to the line with an opportunity. Man, so 93 to 89. Man, it's a high-level basketball, man.
Yeah.
It was a good game. Isaac, for those that are listening, is standing up. This is his. I get it. I do that with football games. It's hard to sit still.
I was going to say I wasn't going to watch, but I watched the last 2.
All right, here goes Terrance. It is still 1 and 1, not and 1. First one is up. It is good. It's a 5-point lead again for Illinois with 1:15 to go. 94 points for an Illinois team that early this year offensively it left you wanting.
We're going to get over 200.
What was the over-under before the game?
I want to say it was 140.
Well, there you go. All right, second free throw for Terrance is up. It is good. 6-point lead again for Illinois. Golden is back in there. He came back in. Let's see if you can't get a good defensive possession. One more stop, and then they will take you to the line, and you get double bonus the rest of the way. This is going to be Golden. He misses it. Yes, there we go. Okay, Illinois gets the ball.
Be smart.
Double bonus for Illinois the rest of the way. They find Terrance. It's 1 minute to go with 20 on the shot clock, and that's a foul on Golden.
That's a double bonus. Let's go.
Okay, Terrance will get 2 shots with 57.3, and Golden missed that badly. I think Hawkins must have disrupted that. He fouled out. Now, granted, at this point, it's threes or busts for Florida Atlantic, but still, that's one less safety valve that they have and one less potential rebound if they miss a 3. Okay, so
That's funny. He's got to bend like all the way over to talk to his coach.
wow.
He is a big dude.
Yeah, and Dusty May's not a big dude.
No,
I didn't realize he never played. He was just a manager.
I didn't realize that either.
All right. Terrance at the line will get 2. The first shot is up and good. It rolls in a shooter's roll.
The free throws. Maybe Brad was right. He just said it would. We stopped.
Don't worry
talking
about point guard. Don't worry about free throws.
Yeah.
We're good. I want to eat so much crow for my my skepticism. Second free throw is up and good. It's an 8-point Illinois lead with 57.3. One more stop, Isaac, and then you just ice it. 55
Career
to go.
high.
Coming down to 50.
Ooh,
And a steal. Yes!
let's
Steal for Luke
go.
Goody. And this is Domask. He gets
smart,
it to Terrance.
Be smart.
Terrance is going to get it across the timeline. He does, and he gets good rid of it. Yes, he gets fouled.
Let's go.
42.4 to go. Yeah. Yeah, man. Woo. Damn, Illinois.
We need to play at Madison Square every year.
Ryan, I think Domasketball might be it, but the
Yes.
problem is Terrance has been
Yeah.
great too.
Shannon,
What's a New York pun? I don't know. We'll figure out a title.
The Big Apple.
Chat window people, if you got anything. So this is Terrance at the line. It is up. It is good. He's just rolling him in there now. Easy peasy with 33. Just a superstar in his fifth
Shannon,
year.
Depending on like say we make the tournament and like we don't poop out, I'm getting a Shannon jersey.
Hell yeah. And he finally misses one, but it's a 9-point lead with 40 to go. Just get one more miss so we don't need to elongate this thing. This is Elijah
Just
Martin.
let him
Great
dribble.
defense.
Yes.
Great defense. Forcing the issue. A 3
Missed
for
that.
is no good, and they are not going to.
Domask.
Yeah, that's a rebound for Domask. Illinois is going to win this game.
Let's go.
Baby. Woo! 20 seconds to go. Illinois faithful
Dribble it
going
out.
crazy at Madison Square Garden, the most famous arena in the world, and Illinois makes a big statement. 2 games in a row, but this one even more impressive than the last, beating a Final Four team 98-89 in the Jimmy V Classic.
You know,
Wow.
If Terrance makes that free throw, you win by 10. And that's like the net, but whatever, screw it.
Wow.
A win's a win. That was amazing.
A monster win,
You were
Isaac.
down 3 at half, and it was kind of like Rutgers where you controlled that stretch right after halftime, and then every time Florida Atlantic made a play, you made a play. And Domask, and I mean, when's the last time we've seen, you had Io and Kofi, very different players, but like to have a 1-2 punch like this, now they're not going to combine for 60 plus a game, but like to have a guy like that can play booty ball like Jalen Pickett when Terrance is on the bench.
Well, and tonight, here's the thing. Quincy Guerrier, a non-factor for much of this for the entire second half. You have Coleman starting to come into his own.
Yep.
Yes, a couple plays. Oh, Coleman, but really more than a net positive. I think he was pretty good tonight. Justin Harmon getting comfortable. Luke Goody knows what his role is. Ty Rodgers, the stat sheet, not a whole lot, but I think defensively he had some possessions where you're like, wow, that guy's a dog defensively. Yep. I guess the question, Isaac, not to be hyperbolic because there's a big game on Saturday too, but should we be believers now that this team here's I guess the better question.
Yeah.
Last year left a very sour taste in my mouth, so I want to evaluate this team on its own merits. And all I've been left with in the last week, and I know that's only 2 games, but it's a road Big Ten win by 18.
Yeah.
It's a win against a Final Four team with all their guys returning by 9, where you laid the hammer down. You were the aggressor the entire second half and most of the first. That's different. And to me, I'm thinking, whoa, this team with all these new pieces is already coalescing like this?
I think the ceiling for me is now slightly higher. I'm not going to go crazy and say we can make the Final Four.
I think the floor is much higher.
The floor is much higher,
right.
And I think we can be better. Like if Domask can come out and play like this, and you're getting bits and pieces from the veteran guys you brought in, I think your ceiling is also much higher. Now, ask me again after the Mizzou game. Like that seems to be like the mark where it's
true.
Like, can we get up for that game? Because
they are not very good.
I don't think it's a coincidence that we can't get up for the Mizzou game, and then we also can't get up in March. Like, I don't know if it's just that weird, like St. Louis, like playing a random place.
But tonight, neutral site. That's what was so weird about last year with the UCLA game.
I know.
And the Texas game. They were both neutral.
We just need to be the main televised game, and we seem to step up. So, and now Tennessee's just cherry on top. It's just get that dub. And
no, we can watch Saturday very relaxed. To me, it's like, don't get hurt.
Yep.
Compete. Give yourselves a chance to win. Right? And that's If you win, then you're top 10
Oh, heck
on Monday.
yeah. Yeah, heck yeah.
Because you would have two of the best wins in the non-conference.
I mean, Shannon is playing like at all-American level, and if he can just get some help and yeah, like you just got so many pieces, and I do think Coleman is playing some of his best. Now I know he had like a triple-double last year at the beginning of the year, but he really does seem to be playing some of his best basketball outside of that turnover late. And even though Golden had a career high, I didn't feel like, oh my gosh, he's destroying us. Maybe because he didn't play that much in the first half.
He got his, and listen,
he did.
Edie against us will get his. I think that Hawkins' thing is going to be disruptive more than it is dominating.
Yeah.
I mean, Hunter Dickinson last year in that last game, the last home game, got his.
Yeah.
But you were able to keep it relatively at bay. The last time someone went completely off on this team, I feel like, was Trace Jackson Davis.
Oh.
And that was an embarrassment. Fortunately, you don't need to worry about him anymore.
And Pickett, Jalen Pickett
but
last
man,
year,
Isaac, this team is now 7-1. They got their marquee non-conference win.
Yeah.
They don't need to win at Tennessee. If they do, you feel amazing. If they don't, just be healthy and compete. Feel good nonetheless. And then you get a week before Colgate.
That maybe ask me after Colgate.
Don't worry,
Maybe
don't
ask me after Colgate.
Listen, I remember a John Gross year where Winthrop came to town, and it was like an obvious trap game, and they beat you. But in fairness, that Winthrop team, I think, had a better Ken Pom rating than you anyway.
Weren't you
Colgate.
up 10 or something like at the end, and they came back and beat
you? Choked. I think
yeah.
I was. This might have been Karen and I were already together, and we went to a game, and I was like, "Told you," and she's like, God, like she just got the complete negative Nancy Alani fan experience in one night. I was like, "Yeah, I knew we were going to lose it," but it's really difficult to find much to nitpick about this team. And I was concerned. Let's say, I think it was 3 weeks ago on a Friday night when Valpo, I think, was
Roger
leading
Powell,
at half.
Yeah,
we were up a couple at half.
Yeah, Valpo dominated the first half,
and then the Marquette finish left you thinking, oh boy. But man, within the last 3 weeks, and to hear Underwood address before the Rutgers game, we spent 2 days on offense. He says a lot of things.
Yeah,
I didn't roll my eyes, but I said, okay, well, fine, but I need to see it.
Yeah,
we've seen it 2 games in a row. This is a really good offense the last 2 games against teams that don't play half bad defense.
No, and I would have to wait to see what like somebody like Mike LaTulip's going to say about this, who knows basketball way better than I. But it does seem like Underwood, like if you can get guys one-on-one that are just really getting their own and owning the paint, then you just have so many other things wide open. Because you could see like Domask was drawing 2 or 3 guys, and he just was happening to make everything. And then every time Terrance gets to the basket, he's drawing 2 or 3 guys, which is gonna get guys open, and you're gonna get more open threes, more open looks. And yeah, I'm gonna try to not expect that offensive result every single night. But yeah, you just on national TV with Billis, that I'm definitely gonna remember that one.
The Jimmy V speech is on, so you gotta get the hell out of here. I'm just kidding.
yeah,
Isaac, always a good time. Even better when they win.
So fun.
And we're back with the second half pods. I know we had a week off with. I was up in Wisconsin over the weekend, enjoying time with friends. Watched the Rutgers game up there. The end of football season, kind of the post-mortem. And let's call it a detoxification, just so we can kind of get our minds right fully for basketball season. And we will be back on Saturday. Brian Hansen will be with me for the second half of the Tennessee game. But the cool thing about this podcast, they're always fun, Isaac. But it's a lot more fun to listen to, I would imagine, after a win. And I think a lot of the things we talked about, what we try to do is, of course, a little play-by-play, but also address, trends and things that we're seeing that might, extend it to the next few games. Right now, this team's on a heater.
Yeah.
They believe they're going to go into Tennessee thinking they're going to win. I'm going to wake up Saturday not thinking, oh, it's a sure loss. I'm going to wake up thinking, what the hell?
Is that 11:30?
11 o'clock. I love these early starts, man. Get the rest of the day after that. And if you win, you just get to soak in that the rest of the day. And if you, again, this just buys you pressure.
As long as you don't lose by 30 or I'm good.
It is a great experience regardless. And Tennessee, I'll be honest, other than Purdue, is the best team you'll play the rest of the year. Right?
Yeah.
Until postseason.
I don't know who else it would be.
Purdue, Tennessee, and then who's second? I mean, and we'll end on this. Right now, this is the second best team in the Big Ten. Period.
Yeah, 100%. Yep.
And let's see what happens. Hey, you're leading the standings right now, and maybe Purdue will slip up just enough. I don't know if that's the case. But a second place team in the Big Ten, even in this weaker Big Ten, you're looking like a 4 seed.
Oh, yeah.
Like, right, if there was a Selection Sunday show this weekend, you're a 4 seed.
I mean, besides, like, the teams that played in Maui, you've got one of the biggest wins now and a great road quad 1 win. So.
Against a Florida Atlantic team, they'll go, 26-4?
Yeah, they're probably not going to lose very much.
They're going to lose too many. So, for Isaac Ambrose, I'm Mike Carpenter. For our sponsors, DPDO, Dogtown Heating, Air, and Plumbing, for Owen Bullers LLC, and for State Farm agent Brian Hansen, who will be here on Saturday for the second half. You're going to be in Michigan watching.
I will be in Michigan.
Excellent. And but thank you all for tuning in on the YouTube stream. Great to see you all again. We're going to get back into the swing of things with this, and hope you enjoy this podcast for the rest of the week, because that was a monster win for Illinois, beating Florida Atlantic at Madison Square Garden. Take care, everybody. It is the 200 level. All right.
Man.
Thanks, YouTube, and we'll see you early risers on Saturday. Bye, everybody.